Hey everybody, I'm Bobby Flay, and it's time to grill it. Spill it. Fill it. Chill it. Grill it. I've found the best grillers across the country. They're surprising me with the main ingredient, and we're going to grill it 2 different ways. As long as you have a well-stocked pantry, you can cook anything. Let's see who's coming over today.
I am Stephanie March. I am Bobby's wife.
Go away!
Grilling is all about great meals outside for festive outdoor consuming, and this is how I've always grown up. I think a perfect summer meal is a grilled steak, Caesar salad, ice cream, cold beer, or margarita. That's a good meal.
Hello.
Howdy.
You look so beautiful.
Thanks. How are you doing?
And you have good steak.
Flank steak.
Flank steak. What are we gonna do with it?
Grill it.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah?
Come on. Come on over to the kitchen.
Look how pretty.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my flank steak. I'm gonna leave you the tray. Flank steak's underrated.
Totally.
Everybody talks about filet and strip steak and ribeye, which are fabulous cuts, obviously. But flank steak has tremendous flavor, and also it's a little more economical.
Yeah, it's a lot more affordable, and it's really good. Why not?
I know you have something in mind. What I usually like to do is look at the pantry and think about, some different things that I can do. So when I think flank steak, garlic and herbs come into my head right away. So the first place I'm gonna think about going is like a Argentinian chimichurri sauce. Herbs, garlic, some olive oil, some black pepper. And I think I'm gonna marinate the flank steak with a little bit of red wine. And I have some cassis here, and the cassis is gonna have a little bit of natural sugar to actually help to caramelize it. And I think what I'm gonna do is actually make open-faced sandwiches with it.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a slice of steak, a little chimichurri, and then I'm gonna make an onion relish, maybe some Vidalia onions, so there's some crunch on the steak sandwich, and then potato fries. What are you making?
Are we going to be judged at the end of this?
No, we're not judging.
Oh, okay. Well,
you
good.
win.
Your sandwich sounds great then.
You win. You totally win.
Thanks. So I'm going to do a grilled flank steak taco that's been marinated in tequila and lime, and then I'm going to make a guacamole, which is pronounced guacamole, not guacamole. Every Yankee in the world is like, you want some guac? And I think, no, because there's no such thing as guac.
It is our constant argument.
What is there to argue about? You're mispronouncing it. So I'm making guacamole using cilantro and lime and avocado and salt and pepper and red onion. And then I'm going to make margaritas. And I'm not going to grill them, but I'm going to make them, and they're going to be fantastic.
Okay, I'm gonna start by marinating my flank steak with just 3 simple ingredients, or maybe 4. Some fresh garlic, some red wine, and some cassis. I'm just gonna spill it right over the flank steak, make it nice and easy. And cassis is actually a liqueur made from currants. So it's got a little bit of a berry flavor, kind of tart, kind of sweet. Some garlic. And then let's throw a little canola oil in there because we're gonna need it when we actually throw it on the grill. And I always put black pepper in everything, so I think I'm gonna put some in there as well. A good dash of black pepper. Okay, I'm gonna let this marinate for a little while. I don't want it to taste like red wine and cassis. I want it to taste like flank steak, but I just want it to enhance a little bit. So, even if it's like for an hour or 2, it's totally fine. I'm gonna get my grilled Vidalia onions on the fire, and that's gonna be used, obviously, for the Vidalia onion relish. I'm gonna start by chopping up some Vidalia onions. Since I'm gonna grill them, I'm gonna leave the skin on the outside so they actually stay together on the grill. A little canola oil. I always like to tell people, unless you really want to get some fancy nut-flavored oil to make salads with, you need 2 kinds of oil in your pantry. You need some canola oil or a light vegetable oil to cook with, and then you need a good olive oil or a good extra virgin olive oil to make salads with. Everything else is it's like an extra pair of shoes that you don't need.
No such thing.
I know.
An extra pair of shoes you don't need.
So I have some hardwood charcoal. What I like to do is kind of wake up the wood a little bit. I kind of just push it around, and it lets it know that it's time to go to work. And I'm gonna put my Vidalia onions and my marinated flank steak on. All right, Steph, I'm gonna watch my grill. Show us what you got.
I am doing a marinade for the flank steak, and it's really simple. You just take this giant piece of meat, stick it in, and then you salt and pepper. And my marinade uses tequila because I'm a Texas girl, and I like to use tequila in everything. So we've got salt, pepper, tequila, a little lime, and a little oil just to soften it. You want just a little bit of olive oil. And then, you don't want to forget, you need ancho chili. And this is extremely unscientific. It doesn't really matter how much you use. The important thing, though, is you got to get messy, and you have to flip it so that everything gets coated on all sides. And then you just want to let it marinate for, I would say, not less than an hour, not more than 2. And then you're ready to grill it.
Your flank steak looks beautiful over there, and I'm very excited about the tequila and the tacos. It's gonna feel like a very Stephanie meal. All right, so Steph, I got my flank steak on. I'm starting to grill my Vidalia onions. In a little while, I'll put my Vidalia onion relish together. I'll make the chimichurri. We'll have everything out. You're gonna make some guacamole, some margaritas, and some tacos, and it's gonna be a good flank steak day. It's flank steak day here on Grill It, and I'm just gonna flip my flank steak that I marinated in red wine, garlic, and a little bit of cassis. And actually, the natural sugars in the cassis is helping this get a nice crust on the outside, which is exactly what I want. And we have the beautiful Miss Stephanie March.
This is
the best wife in the world. I just have to give you a kiss because I love doing that. Stephanie's making tacos, which doesn't surprise me that much because, you know, she's got all those Texas roots. When I see avocados and tequila and they're in front of you, I know I'm gonna have a good meal. I just know it's gonna be a happy day. I'm gonna actually serve my flank steak sort of like an open face sandwich. And so I'm gonna make a Vidalia onion relish with the grilled Vidalia onions. I'm gonna put some green onions in there as well. So I'm gonna slice up my Vidalias, and I'm just gonna coarsely chop the onions. If you've never had a Vidalia onion before, they're onions that come actually from Vidalia, Georgia, and they're one of the great American onions. There's sweet onions from Hawaii named Maui onions, and then there are sweet onions from Washington State called Walla Walla onions. So I think Vidalia is probably the most famous of those onions, but any one of those works perfectly fine. I just want the onion relish to enhance our open-faced flank steak sandwiches. Okay, actually, I think I'm gonna take my flank steak off because it's to rest for a little while, and I don't want to overcook it. And I know Stephanie doesn't like her overcooked. Stephanie, you have steak there?
That's good.
Don't forget, it's gonna keep cooking. It's gonna. I want it to be somewhere between medium rare and medium at the very most, and I can slice it up later on. All right, let me just finish up my Vidalia onion relish. All right, so I have my grilled Vidalia onions, my green onions. I'm gonna add a serrano chili there for a little bit of heat. How spicy do you want it?
Spicy.
Okay, so I'll put the whole chili pepper in, the seeds and all. A little red wine vinegar, and a good splash of good olive oil. And a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, Steph, what do you got going?
Well, Bobby, I'm making a guacamole.
Guacamole.
Guacamole. Okay.
Avocados. Okay, goodbye.
No, it's okay. Avocados. I do generally an avocado a person. So I'm getting messy here. I'm gonna do 2 avocados. Put them in here. I don't bother to cut them or anything. And then we want to add some peppers. Now, I like my guacamole pretty spicy. So I am just going to roughly chop 2 serranos. And then we're going to add onions that are already chopped. And, oh, you know what I need? I need cilantro.
I have some.
This looks like a bouquet of flowers that you plucked 3 out of and gave to your mom and then gave me the rest.
No,
No.
I'll get you some. Yeah, you want leaves,
Are
right?
you my sous?
Yes.
Oh, great.
I'm your sous chef. You want leaves, right?
That ought to do it, I think.
Is that enough?
Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to do another crude, unculinary school version of chopping my cilantro, which is sort of thusly. So take cilantro, put it on. Now we need a little salt and pepper because we always need salt and pepper. A little lime juice. And so just blend this all together. I used to use a food processor to do this. It makes the avocados too mushy, and I like a little texture in my guacamole. If you're not tasting, you're not cooking. So we have to taste. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it is.
Perfect.
It's not bad.
Delicious.
So, what you got going on?
So I have my Vidalia onion